All right, plenty of other stories coming out of the other games, not least St Kilda and Geelong at Marvel Stadium. And I think even as we look at the ladder today, it's hard to believe that the premiers are not figuring in the September
And time again, we wrote off Geelong this year. They started, wrote off St Kilda, I should say, this year. But we saw the ageing legs of Geelong on show last night. It was coast-to-coast stuff multiple times from the Saints, and their leg speed really showed up Geelong last night, and they just took it from one end of the ground to the other multiple times, and this was the perfect example of that in the first quarter with Dan Butler finishing off. They kicked their third goal. They were too quick for them.
The Saints were far too good, smashed the inside 50s, they smashed the Cats inside 50s and clearances. I want to show here the good of the Saints and the bad of the Cats and why they're gone. They haven't gone. This was the first centre bounce. They were ferocious last night, St Kilda. They've been for most of the year, and they've been in the 8 the whole season, along with Collingwood. So this is the first centre bounce they were on. They attacked Geelong, free kick panic on the last line of defence. First goal of the game, Owens runs in and kicks a goal. This is the next play, not long after. Jade Gresham, just brutal forward 50 pressure, extreme. Then Zach Tui panics because they start to make decisions because they couldn't get the ball out of the defence last night, the Cats. And then a free kick again. The big full forward gets a goal in that sense. Then the panic really set in. Radigalea is playing on King. He starts pointing for someone else to take him and then blows up at an opponent for saying, "What were you doing?" "No, that's your Manasava. You should have been on him." Then the speed that Brownie talks about, they just opened up the Cats in a way that I haven't seen the Cats opened up. This wouldn't have happened last year. I think it's part they don't look fit enough, Geelong. They're not hungry enough, and they just didn't want it this year. So they were opened up time and time again from a disposal perspective, and this is full credit to St Kilda. The Ross Lyon team defence, they just had no answers, did not know how to get the ball out, and the ball just lived in the front half of St Kilda, so full credit to them. I've been hard on them as well, Kane, thinking they'd miss out on the finals, but they deserve to be there.
No, they do, and they deserve the plaudits, Lordo, and it's great vision that you've shown. So it just felt like the end of an era for the Cats last night, and look, guilty of saying this for the last 6 years, and they've proven us all wrong, but these are the scenes with Chris Scott. He knows, I mean, as much as he's spoken strongly about his belief in this group and that their best is better than any other team, now the realisation that that is not the case. They've got the best list management department in the league, so they'll find a strategy to try and address this, but you can't deny the success, and you get starved of the elite draft picks, and that is coming back to bite them. So smashed around the stoppages. Their midfield is a mess. Their rucks are uncompetitive. They're suspect behind the ball, and they do look old and slow, and that's the reality for them.